1775, followed by the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Why? Because the 13 colonies got tired of people ruling them. Well, at least British rule. I know what you're thinking. Shan, this is Black history. Well, if you know anything about Black history, then you know that Black history is American history. And I'm speaking about the American Revolution for a very important reason today. Have you ever heard the terminology Black Patriot? Well, any Black Americans that decided to fight in the Revolutionary War on the side of the colonists were considered Black Patriots. Using the terminology patriot misrepresents why Black folk, free and enslaved, decided to fight in the war in the first place. One of the central myths of American history teaching is that the American Revolution was fought for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But we know that what they really meant was the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness by white farmers. Even one of the greatest abolitionists of all time, Frederick Douglass, declared in 1852 that the 4th of July meant nothing to the slave. Black revolutionary soldiers did not fight out of the love for a country that enslaved and oppressed them. Black revolutionary soldiers fought for freedom, not for America. In fact, during the Revolution, Black Americans served 4 times more as loyalists to the British than patriots. Why? Because initially, Black folk, free or enslaved, were not allowed to fight in the Continental Army. They joined the British Army in response to promises of emancipation. In 1775, Lord Dunmore, the royal governor of Virginia, wanted to end the war quickly, and so he issued a proclamation. That proclamation was to free any Black Americans that would fight on behalf of the British. In response, George Washington revised the policy that prohibited Black folk, enslaved or free, from fighting in the army. Once the American colonies promised freedom, about a quarter of the Continental Army became Black. Black soldiers understood that the stakes were high in this war, so they joined knowing that they could potentially gain their freedom. However, the enduring memory of Black soldiers in the Revolution was that of the faithful slave who chose not to be free in order to be American, removing any idea of Black self-determination and Black agency. Historian Gary Nash put it best, that the Black revolutionary soldier can be best understood that his major loyalty was not to a place, not to a people, but to a principle. So when you hear the terminology Black Patriot, please don't misinterpret it. Understand that Blacks were not loyalists or patriots. They were fighting for their own freedom. And that is it for this episode of Did You Know That in Black History, where we state the facts and get rid of the crap.